All right. So before I got here, I went to go eat with my lady, right? And ping, my glasses broke. So I can't see shit. All right. But we gonna get through it tonight because she figured out how to blow up the letters on the phone. All right. Yeah, I know. I'm working on it. I had it, but it wasn't there. Never before or even after did I hit the joys of all the laughter. How could I understand thereafter and find the answers of when I had her? Baby, let me hear her story, gave me details of sealed chapters. With tears, I could understand that the only words that I came out with, the only thing that I could say to her was, baby, I read your darkest chapters, and I need to tell you now, sweetheart, you matter. See, she left her past relationship because the one that she was with abused every good thing within her being. She cried out, but silent screams turned into the saddest song she'd ever sing. He said she wasn't worth it, said she don't deserve it, said that she didn't have a purpose, broke her heart simply just because he could hurt it. She didn't see the beauty life could bring because all she knew was pain and hidden truths. She tried so hard to fix the damage, but she honestly had no idea what she should do. Confused beyond her means, she never knew or never seen that anything of value was ever meant for her. She wanted to give up on life. Time moved fast, just like a blur, but baby didn't even understand how much she was really worth. See, baby had sealed parts of her story that she never opened up. Vulnerable, uncomfortable. She felt like pain was really love. Like the one that she should trust was supposed to build her up, but his action proved otherwise, and she couldn't give him up. He threatened her well being, said he'd never let her go, put her up against the wall where broken glass fell on the floor. Said he was sorry that he wouldn't do it anymore when the same breath said, why are you making me do this to you, whore? I couldn't take it. I couldn't hear those words like that. Forgive and bring him back again. She could never close that door. Repetition of abuse was accepted as this is just the way he is. It's just that's all she really knows. She felt like reaching back because comfort levels stirred the trust, and lust mixed with fear leaving was just enough to call him up. She knew this routine would blow up and end up in tears, but life sometimes teaches us that the being forgiving the one's faults gives a spark of hope, and that's all he had to hear. But abuse is not a play or a role that takes its toll. She was back at step one and the cycle began to grow. Baby went there and came back full circle once again, and as much as it hurt me, I knew some shit just don't ever end. Like never before, even after. Did she get the joys of all the laughter? How could I understand thereafter and find the answers of when I had her? Baby let me hear her story and gave me details of sealed chapters, and with tears I understood. The only words that I came out with, all I could say to her was, baby, I could read your darkest chapters, and I got to tell you now, sweetheart, you still matter. But then But then she built up some courage and remembered who she was. She understood living her truth became proof that she was loved. Baby wasn't giving up. She knew she was more than just enough. Baby loved herself so much she pulled herself right back up. Above the violence and abuse and all the bullshit that he would do, she overcame fears and no tears and finally broke through. Not only for herself, but she protected and saved her child, escaped these terrors and the nightmares from a world that's just so wild. And all the while, little mama was no longer in denial. She was walking over the bridges that crossed over troubled waters. She figured out that she could see the truth that people could do without. She stopped giving herself doubts and looked within to figure out that life was better written than simply spoken from out the mouth. She even congratulated herself on the shit that progress that no one knows about. She recognized her greatness and finally knew who she really was, understood that there was less pain in finding beauty in self love. Looked at herself with pride because she had never given up, and she looked into the mirror and said to herself, I am more than just enough. And never before, and even after, did she get the joys of all the laughter. How could I understand thereafter? And I found answers when I had her. Baby let me hear her story, gave me those details of that sealed chapter, and with tears I understood. The only words that I came out with, the only thing I could say to her Baby, I read your darkest chapters. And I got to tell you now, sweetheart, my queen, my beautiful love, you matter.